Welcome to Dave's Whiskey Corner in a corner of Dublin. Today, taking a look at this whiskey here. It's called Tyrconnell Single Malt Irish Whiskey. It's made by the Cooley Distillery up in Dundalk. Dundalk is just down from Belfast and just up the road from Dublin. Beam Santori owned this distillery, as in Santori Japanese whiskey and Beam as in Jim Beam. They bought this place off of John Teeling. We're going to do it on the nose, for smell, on the palate for taste. First off, it doesn't say whether it's chill filtered or non-chill filtered. By the looks of it, there's a bit of caramel in it. I would say it's chill filtered. There's no age statement on it, meaning 5, 10 or 15 year old, but from the look of it, I would say it's a 4 to 5 year old whiskey. It's not triple distilled like most whiskies, it's double distilled. So we'll see what it's like and I'll let you know if it's worth buying. We'll get a small taste in the glass here. We'll do it on the nose and see what it's like. Now, it's finished in a bourbon cask. Now, most bourbon casks, I can tell you straight off, when you're smelling the whiskey, hold it up against your nose. Nice and easy. But don't put your hands around the glass like I did in previous videos. Just hold it underneath here because you'll warm the whiskey up. Toffee. Honey. Vanilla, as usual from a bourbon cask, apart from the wood with the sugary. We'll see what it's like on the palate for taste. Definitely chill filtered, you can tell by the look of it. There's a bit of there's the fireworks going off, we're getting close to Halloween. There's a bit of a citrus there. It was a real smooth whiskey to drink. Small bit of spice coming through on her as well. Here we go with the fireworks, we're off now. It's like being in Baghdad, but we're not. We're in Blanchardstown in Dublin. Now this whiskey, it's double distilled. It's not like most Irish whiskies as in triple distilled. The reason why they double distill it is to bring it back, to make it cheaper for these to mass produce. So it's not triple distilled, but it's still a pot still whiskey. And as I said, there's no age statement on it. Now it's a good looking whiskey, and also we'll do another sup here. Very smooth. Now this is the second one of these bottles I've got. Went out and purchased the second one because I think it's value for money. How much did I pay for it? it was 40 euros I paid for it. I got in O'Brien's. Alright, O'Brien's is where I normally get all the whiskies because they're fairly cheap. Well, the name Tyrconnell comes from the man who originally owned this distillery. What happened was, how they have the rights for this, the Cooley Distillery, is John Teeling bought all the rights of all the actual whiskey that stopped being produced in Ireland, and he was able to produce it up in the Cooley Distillery. The Tyrconnell was made originally in the Bogside in Derry. Alright, that's up the top north of Ireland. The reason why he called it the Tyrconnell was because this racehorse won at the Curragh. The Curragh is a new bridge outside of Kildare. It was the biggest racehorse in Ireland at the time, race course in Ireland at the time. And this horse won at 100 to 1 odds. And because he was so proud of the horse, he decided to make the whiskey. Back in 1921, the staff who worked in the Bogside site in Derry, it was a big site, it was an 8-acre site. They were started looking for more money, better areas to work in, and so on and so forth. So this guy wasn't able to pay them. So he rocked up one day in this big silver Rolls Royce, and his name was Andrew Alexander Watt. This was called the Watt Distillery originally. Like, that's where it was made. So he stood up on a barrel of whiskey and he said to the staff outside the gates that had it all closed down, he said, look it, he's either go back to work or I'm closing the place down. So they were all saying he's not going to close the place down. So he said, I'm going to close it down if you don't go back to work. And they says, no, we're not going back to work. So what did he do? Closed the whole place down. So in 1921, this stopped being made. And he got into his Rolls Royce and drove off and emigrated back over to England where he was from and stayed there. So that's why this stopped being produced. So for 40 euros, it's well worth getting it. It's the bourbon cask finish. Like, would I recommend just buy this one? Yeah. And the little bit of history I'm after doing with it as well. It was a big site up in the Bogside in Derry. €40. Would I recommend it? Yeah, just to go out and buy and give something to do. And remember, Irish whiskey, Irish jobs, up in Dundalk. So I'm not going to go on about this because last week's video I did went on for 15 minutes, so I'm not going to get back into all this. So if you like, press like. If you don't like, don't press like. If you want to leave a comment, leave a comment. Alright, so that's all I'm doing for today's Whiskey Corner because I'm frozen over here. Thank you very much.